Ferrari or McLaren. Now recently we went supercar shopping to see which car was the best to buy with a budget of £500,000.
After a few days of thinking and adding up your votes, we had a winner. Until Lamborghini entered the chat. The Lamborghini Temerario, a 900 horsepower rocket ship with an engine that revs to 10,000 RPM and a very modern new look.
If this brand new Lamborghini Temerario is within budget of £500,000, this might be the perfect car for us.
There has been a huge buzz online about this car.
This is one of the most highly anticipated cars of the year.
Brand new Lamborghini
Temerario. If the new car is as good as Lamborghini say it is,
I think that the lineup you see here is the best we've ever had at Lamborghini.
and is within our budget, then the Italian giants may just have thrown a spanner in the works. So let's go do some research, spec this car and see if this is the best supercar for under £500,000. Hello again.
Hello, my friend. How
All
are
right.
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. So I understand you've come to spec up a car.
Yeah, and apparently you're the man.
So you know it's serious when Mark brings the rest of the crew along. What that means is they've come to spec a car up, and he's come just to tick the box.
You are the new Lamborghini Tamworth. So before we get into specking this car, let's address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, we can't film in Lamborghini's spec room.
Why?
I'm not quite sure. So what exactly has happened? Well, we all know my dealer is fantastic, but unfortunately for us, very frustratingly, Lamborghini has changed its policies.
But there are some massive advantages to doing this here with Carl. He obviously doesn't work for Lamborghini, but he is probably the most qualified man in the UK to help us.
So he is going to be completely honest on what we should be specking on this new car.
I don't care. I don't care.
This could just save us tens of thousands of pounds. So firstly, let's see where this new car sits on the base spec compared to the Ferrari SF90 and that McLaren 765 LT. This is all including VAT. So we're already at 260
260. That's before options.
before options.
Oh, wonderful. They've hiked the price up a bit there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Although this base cost is considerably more than the previous model, the Hurricane, the SF90 starts at £376,000 and the 765 LT, £296,000. So the new Lambo is lesser priced than its competition and very importantly, still within the budget.
It's 920 horsepower, 0 to 60, 2.7, 213 miles an hour.
So we're down from a V10 to a V8.
Yes.
But the hybrid power in it as
Hybrid
well.
power.
Okay. Which is the way a lot of things are going.
Yeah.
So if it's hybrid, that means it's like the Revolta.
Exactly the same as Velto.
Yes. But the Revolta still kept the V12, which is very important for that car.
Yeah, big time.
Stats wise, the new Lamborghini very much keeps up with the other two. In fact, it's the same spec engine as the others, a twin turbo 4 litre V8. Power wise, it's very similar to the epically fast SF90, but we also need to factor in my massive love for the brand Lamborghini. So, is this the answer to my search? However,
We get to see later on in this video that that car is not quite all as it seems.
Brings the total to...
How did we possibly get to that with no carbon? Before we spec this car, there are a few things that I need to remember. First of all, we are not flipping this car, but the day will come when I need to sell it. And that's probably going to be when the sportier version comes out, like the Performante or that beautiful STO. So my sensible head needs to plan for that very day. So it's really important to spec this car with after sale in mind. If you take, for example, this pink Bugatti, now obviously it's not going to demand as much money as say a black version would. But luckily we have Carl to make sure that I don't make any mistakes.
So there's two ways you can spec a car. I can spec this car for you in 5 minutes that will appeal to the masses when it comes to reselling the car for a premium or whatever it may be. There's certain things you must, certain things that you don't need, certain things you will get your money back for, certain things you won't. But you're a bit wacky as well, and you might want to put some things on here that I'm gonna say, that's completely dead money. Only you will pay for that.
And later on in this video, Carl is going to tell me the exact price he would pay for this car before I'd even take delivery.
I think I would want...
so before that, we need to spec this car and we need to start with the most important bit, the colour.
So what colour are you going exterior?
But the brilliant thing about Lamborghini is they have a huge palette of colours to choose from in shiny and in matte. They even have an option called Ad Personam. This is a service where you can take a sample of your favourite shade and they will exact paint colour the car to match. But if you do watch our channel, you know I play it safe and usually go black or white. I think it is time for a change.
Right, I like blue Cepheus.
Do ya? Now, what I would give you some advice on as a resale,
Yeah.
once you go out of black, yellow, orange, bright green, everything else, you're limiting your market down.
So those
There's your Lamborghini colours. These cars, or Lamborghinis in general, don't necessarily do well in conservative colours. So, I mean, we've got a Grigio Titans SVJ downstairs, which is a matte grey, which it's a special colour because it's matte. But if that car was just shiny grey, why would someone spend £500,000 on a car that's quite understated when it's a Lamborghini?
With this in mind, as a family, we have chose between two colours. First choice, this beautiful purple.
The purple one.
Yeah, look, do you like that purple one?
Yeah.
Does Jane approve of purple?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you like a purple car?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like a purple car more than a yellow one.
Daddy already got green and yellow.
Where's Daddy's green car then?
Well, he sold it. He sold it.
So Jane and Senna's vote goes purple, but there is a problem with this colour.
But look, this is what you have to do, because if you're appealing to somebody who will buy a matte purple car, okay, you have no choice now but to go stupid on spec. You can't have a mid-range spec, expensive colour car that's flamboyant. It doesn't work.
So either all in or nothing.
You're either all in or you're nothing.
But Car's advice is not to go too crazy on that spec for two reasons. Number one, it's going to push us above our budget, but more importantly, it might just make it impossible to sell in the future. So unfortunately, Senna, purple is out. So next is a very nice colour, and in fact, I nearly chose it on the Storato. Love a Verdi turbine.
Yes, I love a Verdi turbine also.
I love that colour.
But that's going to be an expensive option.
So with everybody in, apart from Senna, it looks like it's going to be that Verdi turbine. So let's see what the damage is. I think that's a matte ad persona, so that's 13 grand, so it's cheap.
Not. It's crazy how much just paint alone can cost when speccing a supercar, and it can get much worse than that.
We're not adding this. Do you know that red stripe around the back at the bottom of the car?
Yep.
£10,600.
Get out.
But if you want a brand new Lamborghini, this is something you just have to suck up. So we have decided on this very beautiful Verdi turbine, but obviously without the 10k pinstripe.
So although the Verdi turbine is a little bit out there, it is a very trendy and fresh colour. So hopefully still relatively safe for that all-important resale. So with box number one ticked, it's now a very important second option of wheels. And obviously, if we don't get this right, it could make or break the look of this whole car. I've always wanted carbon wheels. Love a carbon wheel.
You keep carbon wheels.
I wouldn't have carbon wheels. Reason being, SF90, good example. So your carbon wheels are just over £21,000, okay? Now, the problem with the carbon wheels is if you scuff one carbon wheel, instead of it being £5,500 as what it should be, it will be at least double to go and buy one. And if you scuff one, you're not sending it down to Wheel Mania to get it repaired. You're buying a new wheel.
You're not having carbon wheels.
So maybe like for £20,000, let's go the standard wheel.
What are they?
But go black.
They're £2,136.
To paint them black.
Just to paint them black. Bearing in mind, if anyone knows anything about paint or a paint shop, it's 80 quid a wheel to paint them.
Now we have the right sensible wheel choice. Next, again, a very visual part, the brake calipers.
You can't go red, black's boring, you can't go grey.
Right, let's stick with yellow.
Yellow calipers, 1,500 quid.
So exterior finish, but we have already racked up 16.5 grand's worth of optional extras, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. Interior of the 765LT and the SF90 from the previous car shopping video both have stunning interiors, so we need to spec this car to be at least the same level.
We are starting with the seats. Now for me, this is an extremely important part of the car, and this is probably the only part of the car where I'm not so cautious on that price. I want the sportiest seats.
What were you thinking seat-wise?
That sports there's your comforts. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, they do look ugly in comparison.
Sports seats.
don't
You have to go sports seats. It's no contest for me.
Really?
Yeah, because the sports seats, if they're anything like the Sterato or STO seats, they're a comfortable seat.
And then, to be fair, I'd go sports seats with that Alcantara.
Oh, the middle,
Yeah.
Okay.
Corsa-Tex, it's not.
Corsa-Tex. Okay, so sports seats, that's bad news because
It is bad news, £6,500.
£6,500.
But these are options that I feel, when it comes to resale time, a car will always command more money. Yeah. Like if you went for electric heated seats, they're £4,000. So you're paying £2,500 more for sports seats. You're not paying £6,500. You're paying £2,500.
So what seats cost nothing?
The car, well, you can't have seats. Oh, but I'm going to make it worse as well. Sorry, you've got to have the embroidered logo on the headrest.
100%.
Yeah, so that's the thick end of £1,000.
It's best not saying.
Oh, and you wanted to go uni leather and text contrast with stitching.
Is that more?
Yeah, that's another 1,000. So you're into 8,500
On a seat.
for the seats. Hope that's not per seat.
Seat belts. I'm happy with black seat belts.
You could go black. You could go. Did they do this? Did they do like the Verdi turbine colour or not? Yeah, I'd go that.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
No.
No.
You're being outvoted here.
Okay, we'll go in black.
For some reason the seats are...
And steering wheel in full Corsa-Tex.
Now that's another thing. The Corsa-Tex is £636.
Bargain.
Sound system.
Yes. Okay. Yep. So no.
Yes.
Yep.
£5,000 now.
I know, but every sound system's £5,000.
£5,000 for some speakers. I don't even listen to the radio.
This is a classic example for speccing this car for resale, because personally, I don't even listen to the music, and £5,000 for me seems like a waste of money. But having said that, I am very conscious of getting stuck with this car in 2 years' time. So I'm going to take one for the team.
All right, cup holders, Jane.
Goodness, yes please. Necessity, absolute.
Kind of is though.
It is, 100%.
I bet it's £800. What? Where are they? 636 quid.
Absolute bargain. Passenger plate, Reece, you have to pay for your passenger display.
Do I have to pay?
Well, if you want to look at it, £3,000 for another screen.
I think you've got to have it.
Yeah,
and
I
you've
think
got
so.
to have front nose lift.
Passenger
display,
front nose lift.
Yeah, and cup holders.
Yep.
So that's £7,000.
So this is £7,000 of necessities, and Carly's saying without them, this car's going to be difficult to sell. This is a tough pill to swallow, but in the long run, I think it's going to be the sensible decision. So the interior is now finished.
For me, the Lambo interior is like a spaceship. I love how it's symmetrical. It's like you are sat in the seat of a fighter jet, and I will never get tired of this hinge red covered start button. It's literally like launching a missile. We know the Ferrari and the McLaren have very nice racy interiors. We have chosen our spec with a lot of cool options. I just hope it doesn't make the Temerario too expensive.
Next up, the carbon packs. Now, this can be as much as £100,000 in extras. But before we go any further, a big worry of mine about this car is the engine.
And that's because Lamborghini makes some of the best sounding cars in the world. But the Temerario is going to lose this amazing V10 engine, which right now sounds incredible. So this is the engine which unfortunately is going...
Ooh.
Okay, we'll shut that. We're going to a much more eco-friendly V8. But does the sound of the V8 compete with the V10? Well, we have found a way to test it. So this is my Brabus, and it actually has a V8 bi-turbo, which is obviously going to be very similar to Temerario. And when you are buying a car, it's important to find out that it's got no dark hidden history. And one way to check that is on Car Vertical. And when we check this mighty Brabus, you can see it's got no mileage fraud, no outstanding finance, and it's never had a crash.
Right, let's find out what the eco-friendly future sounds like.
Although it doesn't sound as good as the V10, it still sounds amazing. But when we do get a custom exhaust on the Temerario, it's going to sound epic.
But before we go back to the specking room, I just want to show you a bad report on this Audi R8. As you can see, it's been stolen, it's got mileage fraud, outstanding finance, and it's been in a crash. And if we scroll down, we can see the photos of where it was auctioned off at the car crash auction website. So if you are looking to buy a car and make sure there's no hidden history, you can use my discount code MARK, and the link is in the description below. Thank you, Car Vertical, for sponsoring this video. Next up is that carbon fibre. Now this can rocket the cost of this build.
We haven't any exterior carbon. I don't really think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary.
Because I'll tell you what you've got to do. There's no point ticking one of these boxes.
Exactly, this is my...
You tick all of the boxes.
So if we did tick all the boxes inside and outside, all these separate carbon parts add up to £38,000. But there is something Carl has spotted.
Okay, so this is confusing me a bit. I don't like how they've worded this. Air scoop in carbon look.
Carbon fibre look, yes, it's stickers.
You are kidding me.
Stickers.
That's for £4,000, it's not even carbon.
Bloody good sticker.
Are you serious?
So yeah, carbon look. So I'm guessing, like you say, engine plate, carbon look. £1,000.
This is ridiculous, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I've found the roof. Roof, hood, kidney in black, 10 grand. So to unpaint it.
To unpaint. God, this paint's getting more expensive as we go.
So it's 12 grand to paint it green, and then to paint it
Look,
on top.
it would visually, it's one of them extras where I would have it because it would look better, but you're not going to get your money back for it.
No.
Can you not wrap it?
Yeah.
However, this is the big one. You can add this pack. Some parts of the car are redesigned, like the splitter and the spoiler, so it increases the downforce, and those parts and the underside of the car are made in carbon fibre, which obviously reduces the car's overall weight.
Ready for this?
Go on.
So you lose 25 kilos. Okay, I'm gonna go on a diet, right? If I'm 25k lighter, it's gonna save us £63,780.
I've never seen a pack on a car that's £63,700. That doesn't change the engine. But to have the pack not in carbon, to have it shiny, which is just painted black, they want £37,200. £37,200. 37,000. I'm saying you have to remember this is an entry-level Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So once again, if this is a £600,000 Rivolto, then you think, okay, well, in pro rata to what the car costs.
Or a Hurricane replacement, Performante maybe, or something like that, the SVJ.
Yeah.
All this stuff could add up to £100,000, and it would kill the budget and make Jane very unhappy. Each their own, but for me, carbon fibre simply breaks.
This is not my fault.
So therefore, on the carbon fibre,
I'm out.
we are now on to technology packs. Now, we know the SF90 is a very technologically advanced car, so if we are trying to build a car to be equal or better than the Ferrari, then I think some of these extras are needed.
Headlamp pack.
Okay, I quite like the sound of that.
Matrix beam, adaptive headlights, additional boosted high beam,
Yeah,
and automatic high beam.
I'd go with that.
But the thing with which I find with adaptive headlights is it winds everybody up because it has to see the car.
I don't care. I don't care about other road users at all. I want nice headlights that I don't have to do anything about, and then I'm having that. It's £3 grand. It's 3,000 quid. Look at all the other money we've spent.
Okay, adaptive headlights then. Ambient pack, right. So this 30 different colours in 3 places.
It's 300 quid. We don't care. We're having it.
Having it, okay. Surround assistance pack. Now this is blind spot detection, side assist.
No, that aggravates me.
And me.
The lane detection really
All
gets
that
on my
lot.
nerves.
And me.
Don't like it.
I turn it off anyway.
Everyone turns it off. Definitely. I wouldn't have that for free.
Parking pack.
What does that do?
So it's 12 parking sensors front and rear.
Yeah.
And top view camera in 3D. So does that mean we're not getting any parking sensors?
Yeah.
Standard?
Yeah.
We've got no choice.
We've got to have it. Of course you've got to have it. Imagine trying to sell that car without parking sensors or a reverse camera.
So that's
How much is it?
3,800 quid.
3,800 quid, yeah. What I want to know, garage door opener. Who in the world has spec'd that on any car, because you can get it on every car, and actually fixed it up to their garage door.
Yeah, it's there.
So it works.
Because we
I'm
had
a garage door opener.
Yeah, exactly, manual labour.
No one ever sets it up. I'll tell you why. It's impossible to set up.
It doesn't work.
No one knows how to do it. No one knows how to do it.
So with the extras selected and the options ticked, this car is ready to build.
So it looks like we have ticked both boxes. Number one, we have a car which we like, but number two, this is a car spec which we can resell in the future. Right, everybody ready? Let's see exactly what we've built.
Without doubt, this car is stunning. Lamborghini always have had the best designers in the world, but we all need to know, what's the overall cost and is it within our budget?
But before we find out, I need to talk to you about everyone's worst headache, insurance. Now, we've done a video on this already, but we are taking this all the way to the top and getting this looked at in Parliament. But we need your help because we need 100,000 signatures. But really important, the email address you put in has to be real because you have to confirm that for the vote to count.
Now then, what's the damage?
Do you want to know? And I don't think we've gone mad here.
We haven't gone mad. It could
I
have
think
gone
this is
more.
not a high spec car.
No.
This is, for me, this is middle of the road spec, but it's got everything you need for resale.
The base cost of this car was £260,000. We've added loads of options, but the question is, has this made it more expensive than the SF90 and the 765 LT?
Because if it isn't, this might just be the perfect supercar to buy.
Okay, so that brings the total to £317,492.
How did we possibly get to that with no carbon?
That's £60,000 in options that are necessary options.
When buying a supercar, it's obviously a lot of money, but that supercar can sometimes be a great investment. Let's find out if the Lamborghini Temerario can be a safe investment, and in fact, could it even make money?
Right, okay, 317 grand.
Yep.
What are you going to give me the day I buy it? Today.
So you always get one of the first ones, so yours will be in the first batch. So your car is going to be worth more than any other Hurricane replacement, because I can't say what it's called. Hurricane replacement. And I think I would want 30 grand behind list, straight off the bat.
Behind list.
Because I think that I will be able to sell this car at around list price.
So overs no more.
Overs are no more.
What are you going to do then?
I don't know, you've ruined everything.
When I saw Lamborghini had released this brand new car, I thought it could just be the perfect supercar for me under £500,000. But
on the Temerario, I'm going to be the very first owner, and in the past this has sometimes been a good thing, with the Revuelto went up in value as much as £300,000, but the market is a hell of a lot different now. No matter what brand of car you buy, they are losing money. But if I go for the SF90, I would actually be the second owner, and that means somebody else has already took the loss, and this is as much as 100k. Comment below which one you think I should go with.
so please make sure you're subscribed because next week we get to find out exactly which car I've chose.